The AgriBusiness Forum 2013 was hosted by EMRC, Rwanda's Ministry of Agriculture and Animal Resources, and the Rwanda Development Board from the 6th to the 9th of October 2013. The forum gathered over 400 people from across the world who work with and in sub-Saharan Africa's agri-food sector.
Why Africa? Why Africa isn't what I would call an upcoming continent. Africa is talked about all over the world. Africa is visited by everybody. Africa attracts people.
To resolve agricultural problems in your respective countries is to make a renewed call to increase investment in agriculture and agribusiness initiatives.
Fastest growing economy in the world. And today Nigeria is #1 in terms of foreign direct investment in Africa. So the point I'm trying to make here is that this is really Africa's time. And there's no doubt in my mind that those days of the past where we simply were dependent on oil, for example, they are gone. I mean, ask yourself, look around today. For us in Nigeria, we're a big country in terms of oil. Well, nobody drinks oil. And if I may ask you this morning, how many of you had oil when you were coming here? And nobody smokes gas. Everybody eats food. And that is the reality.
The gathering took place over 3 intense days in Kigali, Rwanda, the gateway to East Africa, where discussions, debates and presentations of the highest level focused on spotlighting the future of Africa's agri-food sector. Private sector and public sector representatives were present.
So the conference aims to showcase good successes, good stories also of failures, and how we can increase and encourage more partnerships and investments into the agriculture and agribusiness and rural development of Africa. We see more and more international partners, we see more international companies, projects, big project developers, but also farm organizations and cooperative representatives and the development community that come and get more involved and more interested to see what are the opportunities in Africa on the ground, the opportunities in the agribusiness along the value chain, how they can invest, how they can partner, and of course where is the profit and the benefits, so that the situations are really win-win situations.
One of the potential weaknesses, which is that so much more needs to be done, provides an opportunity to get involved there and do it. Thank you very much.
As an economy develops over the long run, the share of agricultural sector in both GDP and employment declines, or is assumed to decline. We haven't seen that much in Africa yet, but we want to see that happen. These tell us the great potential for agriculture to drive output growth and poverty eradication all over the continent.
From Israel to the world, of course, we have to adapt what's necessary. We cannot copy and paste everything we do in Israel to the world. This is the table I will talk about. These are our projects in Africa.
Ministers from various African countries and other public sector experts shared their expertise and highlighted their thoughts for the coming years, as well as leading CEOs of international conglomerates and bankers and microfinance representatives.
Is that Africa is ready, the commodities are there, they're growing, and as you can see across the continent, there are thrusts of commodity production and trade.
We feel that there's a lot of positive return on investment.
Alongside community leaders, small farmers and international NGOs who took part in the plenary sessions and interacted with the audience and held Q&A sessions.
From Kenya, Migori County, as the chairman of agriculture, a committee, and given the responsibility to ensure that there is food security in the county. And therefore we are here to look for partners who can help us to achieve that.
Over 600 B2B meetings took place over an entire afternoon. with participants able to meet speakers, representatives and other participants. These meetings are at the heart of the AgriBusiness Forum, which provides a platform for establishing international business partnerships. Presentations were made, debates were had, and most importantly, partnerships were discussed and signed.
Mango goes to west. We are into coating of the mango and processing to juice so that it's produced when the mango is off season.
I come from Zambia. We are into processing tomatoes, mangoes, chili.
And we need to invest in this area.
The AgriBusiness Forum also provided a platform for the EMRC Rabobank Project Incubator Award, of which there were 4 finalists who presented their projects.
What we intend doing, Nigeria is greatly blessed, especially with this honey. But the harvesting method is what we have been looking into, so that they can harvest it properly, because that is the challenge we have with exportation of our honey. The way they harvest it makes it impossible for it to compete with the international honey.
Je suis Madame Catherine Kiswaka. Je suis la promotrice et je suis pharmacienne de formation et je suis entrepreneur, membre de la Fédération des entreprises du Congo.
It will help EMRC to unleash its potential to grow into more successful, respected farmer-focused entity. It will enhance our capacity to diversify our product offerings and support even more farmers. With improved quality of the product, farmer competencies and logistics for marketing this award, will go a long way in helping EMRC meet its objectives.
Because I have now 2 greenhouses, and one greenhouse that has 40 meters by 8, it is possible planting tomatoes, and I have started with a tomato type called.
This year's Project Incubator Award winner was Jean-Jacques Ruzibiza, owner of Rwanda Best, who walked away with a $15,000 cash prize and international recognition from his peers. In addition, this year saw the AgriBusiness Award handed to Usun State Governor Eric Besola for his contribution to developing the agri-food sector and for creating jobs for local communities and the youth by driving agricultural growth.
The issues here have been aired in a very pragmatic and very direct manner. Rwanda is a country that has done very, very well over the last 10 years, and in some ways it's been a model and inspiration for others. And so things said here are said succinctly, clearly, and they're very good models to follow. In addition, it's been open, very open. The Minister of Agriculture from Nigeria was here. The Minister of Agriculture from Gabon was here. It's been really wonderful. And the Nigerian minister addressed the group and explained all the challenges of his country and what he's doing, and he was really an inspiration. So it's been a really open event.
The AgriBusiness Forum 2013 was a success for all participants and partners.